Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here. Welcome to another Philly Shakedown podcast with me and one man, Joey Shakes. What is up, Joey Shakes? What a crazy day of football.
Oh, crazy day today. I mean, we got a lot to talk about today, and the Eagles had a tough game today, but a lot of other things have transpired that we need to bring to everybody's attention.
Where do we begin? I mean, I don't even know where to begin. It's crazy. It's been a crazy day. I think we should just probably start with the Eagles, right, and their game. Because obviously, I was very cocky about this game. I was thinking, blowout, it's going to be easy, it's going to be simple. It was anything but that.
Right.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle, but at the end of the day, you won. But you had 24 degrees outside. There was like 35 mile an hour winds, and we came out. And I thought offensively, in my opinion, I thought the game plan stunk. Because it was a game plan made for better conditions. Once they realized, the wind was up there and it was cold, and I heard there was a couple interceptions that I think are a product of the wind and the weather conditions. Right. They should have started running the ball with Miles Sanders. Miles didn't have a carry till the second quarter. So that was the main problem I saw today, starting this game off.
When I went to the divisional game against the Falcons just to go to the tailgate, it was 24 degrees, and I was freezing my ass off. I can't imagine what 6 degrees is plus wind chill. The wind is blowing the whole entire day you're playing. So even Jalen Hurts said at the press conference, he even said that he couldn't even feel his hands half the game. Right. So I'm not going to put too much emphasis into that because that's just ridiculous. But no, I mean, not until 6 minutes and 28 seconds they did hand the ball to Miles Sanders. And yet this defense today really held up. They really did. And our offense we reverted back to our old ways of not running with Miles Sanders. I don't know why they do this. They actually came out of the half when they interviewed Nick, and Nick's like, I've been trying to get the passing game going. I'm going to try to get the run game going now. Like, for 2.5 quarters, he's trying to pass the ball so much. You barely used your tight ends. You barely used anything middle of the field. It was really hard to watch. It was. Jalen Hurts throwing those 2 picks. One, I would say maybe it's on Quez Watkins a little bit just because of the, anticipation or maybe the break he threw too early or whatever it was. It was hard to watch, man. It was hard. Justin Fields was, and what I kind of learned today with Justin Fields is, the guy can't pass unless it's a screen, unless it's a 5-yard pass, maybe that. But other than that blown coverage at the end of the game, the guy just ran on us, embarrassed us on one play, but it was hard to watch.
And let me say to everybody in the chat, we kind of got this thing started, but I want to say welcome everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the support you give to us. It means a lot. We definitely thank you.
Yes.
I mean, it was frustrating from an offensive standpoint. And I, look, Hurts thrown 5 interceptions all year. I can't kill him about it. I really think the weather was a big factor, and I don't think they did anything to help him. I think this also is a game that Dallas Goedert was hugely missed because this is a type of throws and things I think you would have seen him get a lot of catches today. I think he would have been a great outlet, but it was hard to get going offensively, and it was cold, and I don't think the game plan helped. What really had me concerned early was it was second quarter, and at one point the Eagles had the ball for like 5 minutes, and the Bears had it for 17 minutes. That was shades of what Washington did to us in the game we lost. But the defense held up. And like you said, I have nothing to say about the defense at all. I don't care. The defense and the pressure that they constantly get. Josh Sweat, 2 sacks. Hassan Reddick, 2 sacks. Should have had 4 or 5 sacks.
I know.
And then Hargrave, 2. I mean, we now have, I believe, 2 guys over 10 sacks on the year. I think Sweat's at 9.5.
Yep.
The Eagles did that one time before with Reggie White, Jerome Brown, and Clyde Simmons. They had 3 sacks. They had 10 sacks before, but nobody's ever had 4. We might get 4 guys to do it. We might break our franchise record in sacks, which is like 65 or something like that. Yeah. So I thought defensively, they were shut down, And the only thing I was worried about with Fields was running, throwing to the running back, and then running the running back. That was it. Other than that, they had nothing. And I think Fields is going to be a good quarterback. Like, I think he's got arm. I think he needs to be developed. He needs weapons. But I think the kid's got talent, man, for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no doubt. I mean, they put they put weapons around him, and they really build nicely around him. It'd be great. Even with Jonathan Gannon, and as soon as they ran that first stunt, like, when this defense gets into a rhythm, it pays off, man. It just does. The pressure is there. I thought the first sack, I don't know if Reddick would have got that first sack. The second one where he ran for that big one, that big touchdown, his whole body was wrapped around him. I don't know how he got away from Reddick on that, but, Fletcher Cox on the fumble recovery maybe could have got that. He tried to get it. It is what it is. Like, there was, the defense was in short field situations, because of some stupid turnovers. And, I mean, I couldn't blame the defense for all of it. The Miles Sanders fumble, all the times you're not running with him, and you're going to throw him the ball, and, that happens.
Such a bad play.
It's horrible, man.
Yeah,
horrible.
It was. Godzilla, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, the Saints are going to win the South. Let's hope not. I mean, that whole division is trash.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's trash. I think Dallas is going to probably get to play one of those teams first, which is going to be a break for them. They'll probably still choke, though. But, yeah, I think I think offensively, it just wasn't their day. It wasn't their day. But then again, let's give credit to a couple guys. A.J. Brown, huge game, monster game,
his best,
like 180-something yards, right? And then what about Devontae Smith, another guy with a huge game? I really like the fact that they're using Devontae Smith in deeper routes.
Yes,
yeah, finally, and all of a sudden he's 99 yards away from 1,000. We're gonna have 2,000 receivers. It's amazing.
It's crazy, dude. The accolades are crazy this year.
Right? It is. John Jones said, failed the drug test. He says, need the Vikings to humiliate the Giants, man. Yeah, maybe. And Radiation Bot, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, getting that many sacks with Gannon is amazing. It is. And I can't believe it, but they're getting it done. And I think it's improved, and they're using a lot more stunts and things now. Yeah. I think it's really, really good. They're looking good, man. There's nothing I can say about them. And I want to say this also, because Hurts struggled with the 2 interceptions. We can say, of course, it was cold and bad weather, but you got to give this guy credit. He didn't panic. He didn't waver. He didn't get in his head. He kept going out and attacking. And good players, when they struggle and don't have everything, they don't have their best on one day, the guys that are winners can get through it. And he kept fighting, he kept going, and he made the big pass when it counted to A.J. Brown that set him up for that go-ahead, the touchdown that sealed it. So, I mean, to me, it might not have been Hurts' best day, but from a gut standpoint and from a leadership mentality, from court, he passed the test with flying colors.
Oh, not even just that, though, but even like I was literally afraid at one point because he was taking a lot of unnecessary hits in this game. Yeah. It was really that one where he was on the ground, and I thought he was really hurt. And Mulata said, he said, get me the F up. He's like, Mulata goes up to Hurts. He's like, stay down. He's like, get me the F up. And he's like, yes, sir. And he picks him up. You know what I mean? So, the unnecessary hits, like he took some crazy hits, and you're not giving the ball to Miles Sanders. It's not good.
Yeah, some big hits, and that's the one thing that does scare me is I don't want him taking too much punishment.
Yeah.
It's scary. I thought he took too many hits today. I don't think
True.
they used Miles enough, and other thing I don't like is I don't like when they use Gainwell on third down.
Oh, God.
Why am I taking Miles Sanders out? My 1,000 on third down. I don't get it. It drives me nuts. Battle Mode says Reddick's post-game interview mentioned how Gannon is listening to the players more. And that's key. I mean,
Great.
Obviously, I think since that Titans game, I think the defense has looked different, dude. They just do. They just look better, much better. I was so worried that Hurts going to get knocked out. I was too. A couple times he got up slow, because when it's that cold and you're getting hit and you fall to that ground, it's hard and cold. Yeah. It's hard to get. It's a pain in the ass getting up. Our Gravy, thank you for super chat. He goes, Davis was invisible. 0 stats recorded. Pretty concerned. I wouldn't be too concerned right now.
It's a lot of rotation.
I'm not concerned about Davis right now. When I will get concerned about Davis is in year 2, if I don't see him in shape, conditioned, and I don't see improvement. I always look at year 1 as a, kind of like a starting point. He's very good against the run, but he's got a lot of work on when it comes to pass, to the pass rush. And look at the defensive linemen that he's got to go up, to play with. You got Joseph, you got Sue, you got Cox, you got Hargrave. I mean, a lot of guys there,
Yeah. Even and you look at even the second quarter of this game too. Remember that 3rd and 2, and they just throw it deep. Like there was a lot of second downs where they were our 3rd and shorts where they were throwing, or even second downs they were throwing deep on just weird passes on certain downs.
Yeah,
the screen passes have to stop. The end arounds have to. The only screen pass that worked was Devontae Smith when we were backed up into our own end zone. They had to do that, but. Do the tight end screens, man, because these wide receiver screens, by the time Hurts turns and throws the ball all the way to the sideline to that receiver, the blockers, I mean, it's too late for a blocker to come in and him to get freed up. So there's just been a couple things, man.
Yeah.
It just didn't look right. Like something, I don't know what the game plan was. I really didn't.
I really think they made a game plan that really didn't take into account the weather. Because they were throwing a lot, and they wanted to pick on those corners. They obviously wanted to pick on those corners and go long. But when you're throwing balls long and it's 35-mile-an-hour winds, it's a lot harder to complete it. There was a throw even in the second half where he threw as a 3rd down play. He threw to Devontae Smith in the corner of the end zone. Devontae was wide open. He threw that ball. The ball went 10 yards out of bounds because the wind just took it. That was a touchdown pass.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, man, listen, the wind conditions are too big to keep trying to throw. Why not go out there and just start pounding Miles Sanders? Run Miles. Like they had the one play where they put Hurts under center, and they ran Miles to the right, and he goes for 20
Boom.
yards.
Right.
Keep doing that. You could have worn that team out, But the defense was so good and so the ability to not get tired out, to get off the field. I thought that was the key. In that Washington game, if you remember, we couldn't get off the field. And the Bears had the right plan. If you look at every snap that they had in the first half, they didn't snap the ball till under 10 seconds left on the clock. They did everything they could to keep the Eagles offense off the field. And that's what you got to do,
I agree. Totally.
Reeves says, we are 7 sacks away from franchise record. Let's show love for the dogs on the line. Feasting Reddick on track for 14 sacks. Hargrave 12. Sweat for 11.5. It's unbelievable. I mean, listen, the record is an amazing record that the Eagles have, 60-something, right? And now, yes, you play in an era where you pass more, so there's more opportunities to sacks. But, you're talking about Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Clyde Simmons. Those guys are borderline Hall of Famers. Jerome would be if he played his whole career. I think Clyde deserves to be in. Reggie's already in. These guys, they're having a hell of a year.
Yeah,
and Hassan Reddick should have had 4 sacks.
I know.
4 sacks. I did get a little pissed off when he missed the tackle on that 2nd and 27. That drove me nuts.
Yeah. It was annoying.
But what can you say? The guy's awesome. Reverend Bebop, he says, "What is up, my guys? Eagles have had bad games and still win. This shows how resilient they are. Our Birds have what it takes to go all the way." I agree. Let's hope they leverage their competence and wins. Absolutely. Listen, the whole key to getting to winning it all is you got to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And in order to do that, you have to win these games. You have to win games like this. The fact that they struggle is a tight game and bad conditions and there's adversity. I don't think that makes them a lesser team. I think that's a good lesson learned, you know?
Yeah, it's true. No, I agree. I totally
Big
agree.
Fish, Little Boat. I love that name. Man, the Cowboys suck, he says. No big injuries and a dub. Great week. Merry Christmas, Dallas. Thank you, man. Listen, I guess this is a good segue into the Cowboys debacle. Debacle. We're gonna get into it. Joel Ramos, David Superchat goes, "I hope we get 50 on them girls on Saturday and Hurts jukes Parsons, making him fall for a touchdown, and Dak throws 152 picks." One can only hope. One can only hope. Here's what I'll say. To me, and we'll talk about a little bit about this Cowboys game. The Cowboys let us down today. They completely ruined the Christmas Eve game because all the hype, all the stuff at stakes for that game completely got tossed out the window by losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. If they win that game and then they beat us, that means we have to win. We have to win. They're right on our back. We have to possibly win the last two games. They have the tiebreaker. Okay, we have to at least win one of two games. That puts pressure on the Eagles. By them losing, all that we have to do now is win one game in the final three. One of the final three games we have to win, and everything is locked up. Everything. So to me, this game doesn't have the same
feeling,
energy. Yeah, it doesn't have the same feeling anymore. You know.
So I mean, obviously, you know, we're playing the Cowboys, and we're going to play them with all of our guys. Yeah. So I mean, we're going to do that. Yeah.
You got to go out and try to clinch everything right away, and you try to win and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, if the Eagles somehow lose that game, I'm not going to lose any sleep because I'm going to go, all right, we got New Orleans and the Giants. Just win one of those two games, and we got everything locked up. Dallas would need the Eagles to lose all final three games. It was a big loss today for them. Okay, it was huge, and it was a choke job, Joey. They were up 17 points. Total choke job. This is what they do. This is why it's Cowboys choke season. It struck. We knew it was coming, and it ain't over yet. You know?
December.
The Cowboys want that. And here's the thing. Cowboys don't get in because they lose. They get in because the Giants beat Washington. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as the Washington loses and Dallas gets in, here come the Dallas Cowboy trolls. Here they come. They're all happy they're back in the playoffs. You stink. You're going to stink. You're going to get crushed. It's over. Dallas isn't scared of Philly. Who cares? You guys stink. It doesn't matter. I mean, there was a choke job of epic proportions. How do you lose that game?
You think it was a buildup from the Colts to Texans, and kind of this was like the major, you know?
Yeah, because I like I've been saying, we've been both saying, the Cowboys are overlooking all these teams. Yeah. They're already focusing on the Eagles. We saw with Micah Parsons, everything. They were talking about. They were worried about the Eagles, focusing on the Eagles. Like this is going on since the Colts game. And they almost lost to Texans, and then they lost to the Jacksonville. They were overlooking, but now it's like, okay, you could beat us Christmas Eve. We've still got to only win. You're still 2 games behind us with 2 games left. It's over. They gave the division up by losing that game.
Yeah, true.
You know? So, you know, we'll see. I mean, I still want to beat them. I want to sweep them. Did you see this thing with the Patriots Raiders?
Yeah, it was horrible. I felt bad for that guy.
Why were they pitching the ball back?
They all he had to do was drop to the ground. The game's friggin' over, and he just passes it.
But it was a tie game.
He didn't see. I don't know why they're even passing the ball. The guy that threw the ball to that Raiders guy that scored the touchdown, he didn't see him back there. He just flung it over there and didn't know that there was a player back there.
Yeah.
So
Fitness Roofer says, if I'm an Eagles offensive coordinator, I'm running the ball and putting AJ in one-on-one situations to create mismatch. Yeah, all day. All day. I guarantee you they will not put Trevon Diggs on AJ Brown. They will not do it because they do not want to embarrass him, because he will get embarrassed. That's what they didn't last time. They won't do it again, you know? JB says, my 49ers ready for everybody. Niners are tough. Now, I think you got to have Garoppolo back if you want a real chance. But I think out of all the teams in the NFC, I think that the 49ers would pose the biggest threat.
Right. I agree.
You know, that's my opinion. Goddard should be back this week. Yep. And then after this week, after this Christmas, we should be getting Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back. Now, it's going to be interesting. Listen, Dallas, it would have been fun if Dallas didn't make the playoffs because of the Giants tonight, because they could literally lose all 3 games. They've got the Eagles left. Then they got to play the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football. Then they got to play Washington. They could lose every one of those games, dude. It could happen.
Yeah.
You know? AJ Smitty, 307 yards receiving. He's got 901 yards receiving on the year. So he only needs 99 yards, and he's going to go over 1,000 yards. That'll be. I don't remember 2,000-yard wide receivers for the Eagles.
I don't think they ever have done that.
No. You're talking first time 1,000-yard receivers. First time possibly having 4 players over 10 sacks. I really hope. I hope Brandon Graham gets there, man. He's always so close to 10 sacks and doesn't get it. You know?
Yeah.
Reverend Bebop, man, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Cowboys choke season. It's inevitable. Cowboys are fraud, and so is Minnesota. Yeah, the Minnesota game.
They look horrible, too. I don't care about that comeback. They just, I don't know.
Yeah, 4 players with 10 sacks. That has never happened.
Yeah.
That's another thing. We've had 3 players, but not 4. It's unbelievable. It really is. LeVar says draft pick is currently number 8. Is it 8 or 9? Does it move if the Rams win tomorrow? And Scary thought Dallas wins the division if we lose the next 3 and they win the next 3. Yikes. Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Right.
I mean, the Eagles are not. First of all, the Eagles are not losing to the Saints. That, you know, if they were to lose to Dallas, they beat the Saints. You know, Giants may clinch a playoff spot by then. By the time, so you don't know. The thing is I think that the Eagles and Dallas are headed for 2 more matchups, because what I think is happening is if you look at the NFC South, what are the Buccaneers, like 6-8, something
they lost
like that?
again today.
They stink. The Saints are 1 game out of first place, Joe. Okay, now if those teams, whoever wins that division gets home field, is going to most likely play Dallas. Dallas should beat any of those teams in the NFC South. That means if Minnesota and San Francisco take care of business, the Eagles will be playing Dallas with the first playoff game. So we may have Dallas 2 more times before this whole thing's set over. So then you wonder, is it feasible to beat a team 3 times? It's very hard. Yeah. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. Slasher says, we really need at least a top 6 pick. The good news with the Saints is that they got to go to Cleveland this week. I don't like their chances in the cold weather. And then they got to play Philly the very next week. So those most likely are 2 losses, you know. But if the Colts would have won and stuff like that, it would have helped us.
Right.
You know. Neil says, once we beat Dallas, we could sit the starters the last 2 games. Yeah. You know, we've talked about that last night. My theory, what I would do, and I don't know that Nick will do this, Sirianni, but I would play the Eagles starters in the first half versus the Saints and then pull them, and then I would play them 1 quarter versus the Giants and then pull them. But you know, we've go a whole preseason without playing anybody, so who knows what they're going to do? You know.
Yeah, I mean, your plan. That's a good plan. I would probably do that too, just to be, you know, the Saints game is going to be really important though. So you're hoping for those losses, the loss from Cleveland at least, and then hopefully we could put enough points on the board if it's just for a quarter or 2 or whatever, or for the half or whatever you want to do there.
Right.
So
right. Malik says Hurts scored 3 touchdowns in his worst game this season, and also has Cunningham tied for the most touchdowns by an Eagles quarterback. How about that?
That's
tied
nuts.
for Rocket Randall. Yeah, that is crazy, and he will shatter that record because he's only his second year as a starter, so good for him. Mike says David Superchat goes Dallas Cowboys piece sitting down. That's what Mark told me. Jalen Carter is a freak of nature. He doesn't have especially flash moves, but he's fast and he has some polarizing power. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking about him a lot this offseason.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So it'll be interesting. T.L. Hopkins, thank you for Super Chat, goes, the depth of this team is perfect for the playoffs. Yeah, I think so. And I think in the playoffs, when you're playing at home in the cold weather, run the ball. Don't be afraid.
They must have totally. Did they not expect the weather to be bad, or they just said, "Oh, we're just going to do what we want and still deal with it"?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's just weird to me because the Bears going into that game give up 4.8 yards a carry to running backs, and then I understand what they're doing from the receiver standpoint. They were giving up they had like a over 100 quarterback rating against them for wide receivers, quarterbacks throwing receivers. Yeah. So I know what they're doing, but when it's 30-mile-an-hour winds, I don't know. You saw how bad the wind was. You could see there were things blowing on the field, Yeah. So, Prestige said, do we sign Miles this whole season? Keep hearing about the Texas running back. Yeah, Bijan Robinson. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know where he's going to go.
I don't either.
We'll
never know.
Yeah, I don't know. Big Sills is a hurt hater and a clown, says Big Chris. Listen, he's trolling you guys. He is getting you guys all riled up. I know what he's doing. But his big thing tomorrow is going to be, and I bet you he's going to talk about too much punishment for Jalen Hurts. That I do agree with. I think he took too much punishment today.
Yeah, true.
I do. Dank says, I think we'll definitely be seeing the running the ball 50 times next game. Yeah, I think Dallas is in for it. I think Dallas are going to get
I think they have injuries too. I don't know. I heard they had a few, yeah. I think another corner got hurt too on top.
See, Dallas is the type of team that will not recover from what just happened. They won't recover from it. That's what they do. They don't recover. But I mean, like I even had Cowboy fans in my chat actually be like, we should just sit our starters. We shouldn't even play because we can't catch you, and we're already kind of locked into our seeds. So what's the point? I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Whatever you want.
Non-Killionaire says Dallas is scared of Philly. Why else do they focus on the Eagles? Oh, they've been focused on us for a while, and now hey, we let's say they beat us. Okay, we're still up 2 games. All right, we'll just win next week, and everything's done. John Gunn says 500. I watched the whack trash cot fold like Salvation Army picnic table at a family cookout. Yeah, I mean it was brutal.
But when you throw into a tight window like that, especially for that pick, you throw into a tight window. Like that's why the Eagles have like 2 number 1 receivers right now, plus great tight ends. And when Dallas Goedert hasn't even been playing, since they rely on CeeDee Lamb so much, it's like it really takes the factor out that there's going to become a time where it's going to be on somebody else, another receiver, and it's just that's what happens, man. It's just what happens.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't watch that whole Dallas game because obviously we're doing the Eagles,
right?
But the pass that got picked off for pick 6, it was a low pass. It was a low pass. He should have caught it, but it was still low, and that happens. I don't care how it happens. It happened. And Dallas lost. 500, does the giant belt fit? I got it right here, baby. We got the Pizzle belt today.
Nice.
Look at that. We're going to have to change it up, of course. But we got this mother humper. Yes, and shout out to Dougie P. Shout out to Dougie P.
Hell yeah.
So Noah Brown, 'twas more than that from Ohio State. Great inside. Yeah, it didn't work out for him. I don't trust Kevin Joseph. Y'all will kill him Bland a lot better. We'll take them all on. We'll take all your corners, all your defensive backs on. Which King of Armor says, "Do really think Lamb Chops is better than AJ?" No, who thinks that CeeDee Lamb's better? Nobody thinks that. Nobody should think that.
No. He's good,
that's crazy. Yeah, he's good, but that's crazy talk. 40 burger, 50 tasty cake, 60 cheesesteak, 70 pizza, 80 pie, 90 cake, 100 just good foods. I would love it.
Sounds good.
I would love it. I'm getting me hungry right now. Smitty will have a huge game against Dallas. The quarterback Joseph is ass. The Jags were targeting him all game. I love it. I honestly don't really think that they're going to put Diggs on AJ Brown. No. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they want to destroy his confidence. They got to build. The Cowboys got a lot of facade, a lot of smoke and mirrors. They got to build themselves up to seem good. He'll be on Devontae Smith. You watch. I still don't trust Wallace, Big Chris says, but he did play good. He did play better, you know.
They had him in the box, too. Like, they had him at the beginning. Like they were moving some guys around. They had him in the box a little bit, which I liked. So they're moving him around just a little bit.
Yep.
Good.
Devontae Smith, 1,000-yard season. I smell it. Yeah. 1,000-yard season. 99 yards from 1,000. So he should go over 1,000. Mike Oxlong says, yo, Philly, did AJ hit 1,200 yards with this? Yeah, I think he's over 1,200 yards now on the season. So, yeah, you're going to have him over 1,200, and then you're going to have Devontae Smith. He's going to be over. He should be over 1,000. I'm hoping by next week.
He actually went over T.O., I think, by like 2 yards, like 2 or 3 yards.
Oh, really? His record?
First year.
How about that?
Crazy.
And the Cowboys will never pass the first round of divisional playoffs. I agree. Let's see. Philly, am I high or did I see Brandon Graham covering a slot receiver? That I don't know. I don't remember. It might have happened.
Somebody mentioned that in my chat.
I don't know. I haven't. I got to go back and watch it. Mr. International says Wallace was speaking during the victory speech. What a clam! Shut up and listen. Yes, shut up and listen. Yeah, I agree. So we got 833 people in both chats right now, almost 1,000 people this late at night. We want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel and you're on my channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe. And if you're on my channel, click the link. Go subscribe to Joey Shakes. His link is in the description. And we appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you.
Have you guys seen the article that was noticing they have been playing Dillard at right guard in junk time? Says he's even playing it well also. They said it was to let Isaac walk and Dillard replace. So they're going to sign Andre Dillard?
No.
I saw him play left guard when Dickerson went out, but I didn't see him play.
No, I
haven't seen him. Have you seen him play anything else?
No, just left guard. I mean, he's got a 5th-year option for $12.5 million. There's no way they're picking that up. There's just no way that's happening.
No, yeah, I can't see it, but I do think Sam Alou might walk too. Barron says, I've never seen the Eagle fans or management say one negative thing about Miles Sanders. I've never either. No. I've never heard one thing. I think the Eagles would love to bring Miles Sanders back. It's just a matter of priority of position and what you have else to get. You know, that's going to be the issue. It's a lot easier to find a running back in this league than it is to find a cornerback or a defensive end, you know? So, you know, it is what it is. Visible Truth says Fields is good. Not going to lie. Bear's got a good. I think he's a good young quarterback. I think he needs some weapons. I think he needs to develop his passing game. You know, but I mean, the kid's talented. There's no question about it. You know.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
James says, "Never say never, Philly. It's the NFL. Eagles can lose 3 games any given Sunday. I can't believe that. I know it's possible technically, but I can't believe that that's going to happen.
No,
I can't. You know." Miles will stay. Well, I hope so. Miles to the Bills.
Oh boy.
It very well could happen. I think we keep our offense, get rid of some guys on defense, and hit hard on defense in the draft. I think that is probably going to happen for the most part. You know.
Yeah, they have no choice.
I like that Philly push. Yeah, they call the quarterback sneak. You know, the Hurts sneak. They're calling it the Philly push now. That's what they're calling it. On my channel, Philly push.
What was the one at the goal line where like they kind of like Hurts was lined up on somewhere else and then like the line moved like an inch to the right? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that play was. I was
probably
confused.
trying to get the defensive alignment all screwed
up.
Right. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. Taylor and Jacobs are both free agents. Miles' production is replaceable as long as it's good running back. Just hoping they're not thinking of Gainwell as a viable solution. I don't think Taylor or Jacob, I don't think they're going after any. I don't think they're going to sign. No. They're going to let Miles walk and then sign a Jacobs or somebody as a free agent. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to draft a running back. If they let Miles off, they're going to draft a running back in the second round probably.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
The only guy I could think maybe Kareem Hunt if he's cheap or something, but
as your workhorse.
Well, I think he can be. I don't know that. I don't know that the Eagles want just one workhorse. I think they want to have the rotation of running backs in.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to bring Trey Sermon. Would have been a great game today for him to be playing in.
Yeah.
You could be 15-2 and one bad game, you're done in the postseason play. Absolutely. You could be undefeated in one bad playoff game. You're screwed. Tom says, Capizzle enjoyed all the Eagle fans hitting his live stream. That's good. Good. My last 40 comments have been skipped on multiple streams. Love you all. Go Birds. This is the first time I've seen you all day, Iron Mizzle. But thank you. I'm sorry for that. I don't know if it was me or Joe or whoever. Apologize. I think we needed a game like today to let the team know that it's no easy win in this league. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Mike says, thank you for Super Chat. He says, call it the Philly Meat Packer. There you go. Tito says, cut Trey Sermon, sign. Jordan Howard I think he's on the New Orleans Saints practice squad, right?
Yeah, he
is. Yeah, I think he's with New Orleans. I'm not bringing Jordan Howard back at this point.
I'm bro. Where we need to get younger, and that's how we got to go that direction this time.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Pluto says, all I want for Christmas is for the Browns to beat the Saints next week and Panthers to beat the Saints the last week and the number one seed. I think that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Fitness says, where is Trey Sermon at? His physicality would be perfect for this game. He's a scratch every week. Every week he's a scratch. They don't use him. I don't get it, dude.
They wanted to trade for him, and then he went off waivers. Eagles picked him up. They had him for 2 snaps in that Jags game, and that was it. That's all they did.
I think today would have been perfect situation for him. I mean, they don't, and listen, we talked a lot about Boston Scott, about he should be on returns. Look what a difference Boston Scott has made on the return game. I mean, that second half way to start that second half was huge for us.
Yeah.
It was huge, but you're not seeing Boston Scott at running back. Not taking and getting any snaps either. So why not play Sermon, Yeah. Yeah, Randall Cunningham played one season with the Vikings and went 15-1. Vikings lost. That's true.
Crazy.
That's true. It happens. It does happen. There are no guarantees. There's no guarantees. But the idea is to give yourself the best opportunity to win. And that's no doubt in my mind having home field throughout the playoffs. The D has played great the last 2 weeks. Wait till Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's back at safety. Wait till we get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and
Reed
and Blankenship too.
That'd be huge.
Yeah. Rogers says Fletcher Cox hasn't played at an elite level all year. I think we have to really build into Jordan Davis to keep this D-line where it needs to be in the future. Yeah, and I think you got to still add another defensive end because you got some older guys in the draft. But, I mean, truthfully, if we're being honest about Fletcher Cox, I don't think he's been elite level for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he has his moments. He has his games, but consistently elite, I don't think he's been like that for a few years. I just don't think he has that left in him.
He can't take the majority of the snaps anymore. Hence why, after they brought Linval and Sue in, it lessened his snaps. He was playing over 70% of the snaps after, I think, when Jordan Davis got hurt, and it was hurting us.
Yeah.
So it's helped him tremendously. So.
Yep. And it says, gotta love how great the little icicle Smitty played today. I was worried about him fighting the. I was too. I was like, man, this guy. I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle the cold after that Jacksonville whole clip. But I think they did the right thing. They got him. They got him going early. They got him moving. Got his blood pumping. Got him sweat. Building up sweat, so he wasn't as cold. You got to get him going. That's the whole key to it.
Right.
So. We'll see. See, I see you there, Iron Mizzle. We see you there.
You're
Christmas
good,
Eve, we're moonwalking that ass. I will smoke a cigar and drink eggnog with you if we win. If I do a cigar video that night, it will be live because it's Christmas Eve, so that will be a live one for sure. And I plan on it. I think we're going to be smoking stogies next week. James says, David, you delusional. Oh, the Viking was weak. That's a whole other conversation. Would have loved to see the Vikings team play the Broncos that year instead of weaker. What are we talking about the Vikings for? Did we become a Minnesota Vikings team?
Probably the Randall Cunningham stuff. That's probably why.
You said Randall was overrated? Forget you. Forget that. You're talking about my favorite quarterback of all time. The one thing about that game, since we're going to talk about it, they lost. They didn't lose because of Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham put him in position to win. The field goal kicker missed an easy field goal. Had it missed all year long. That wasn't on Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham was awesome. Mina, what's going on? 3,500. Oh, my God. Dallas still stinks. I told you. Cowboys choke season is here. It's here. It came. We knew it was coming. From Thanksgiving, it starts. It's like a hurricane. You don't know when it's coming, but you know they're coming. That was only like a Category 3. Wait until we get a Category 5. It's coming. Cunningham was the man. Agreed. Jalen, the system hurts. Respect the game, the name. Absolutely.
I think the NFL YouTube page put up the Jalen, the system hurts highlights from this past game. From this game. They uploaded that. Are they doing it as a shot against him, or are they doing it? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Are they trying to say he's just a system quarterback? I don't know.
I have no idea. Yeah. That's what I saw today.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Cunningham. Cunningham was weak at the end. Cunningham, the 15-1 year that I think he won the MVP. He won MVP, but then he did finish off in Baltimore and unfortunately Dallas. But yeah, I get it. I love Randall. We got 90% chance at the playoffs now. Giants do 90% chance. It's good. Now, who do the Giants? Giants play Minnesota next week, right?
Oh, that'd be good.
I don't even care who wins that game. I don't care, because Minnesota's can't catch us. They can't. No. There's nothing that Minnesota can do at this point. Everybody, go ahead and buy a cigar to smoke during next week live stream. Cowboys stink. Absolutely. I think Hargrave gets resigned. I think Hargrave and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson get resigned. I'm really worried about Bradbury. That's the guy I'm worried about because I don't know if he's going to resign. He is going to get so much money on the open market. It's not even funny.
No, you got to see. You got to wait. Are you going to wait until after next season for big play Slay? Is another one too. He's another one you have to watch out for because you could lose Bradbury after this year, and if you don't, you don't sign or draft one, you have to worry about Slay. Even I want to ask you about Slay anyway because do you think Slay's been kind of down the past few weeks? Do you think he hasn't really been?
I don't know what wide receiver has had a monster game on him. You had the one Pettis, or was it Pettis or was it Pringle scored today? That looked like busted coverage. He just lost track of where he was. So I'm not so concerned about him, but I will say this. They don't even throw at Bradbury anymore, man. They don't throw at Bradbury either.
The flea flicker, bro. The flea flicker they did. Remember that flea flicker they threw? And Bradbury was all in front of it.
He was on it. Yeah. He was on it. But
good,
I mean,
man.
I think that I don't know. I think we're so spoiled with these corners that when they give up one play or one thing happens, we're like, oh my God, how could that happen? But they're just that good. I thought that was a busted coverage. He lost track of where that guy was. But it doesn't happen often, And the thing I know with Slay is when he goes up against the Justin Jefferson guy, somebody like that, he shuts him down. Right. So I think Slay's fine. But I think Bradbury's also been better this year. I think Bradbury's been our best corner.
I agree. Fantastic.
Yep. T.Y. Hilton is going to kill the Eagles. Haha, that's almost a funny watching Joe Biden walk up steps right intense. Wait, who said that he's going to kill us? T.Y. Hilton? They're going to wheel him out in his wheelchair?
He wasn't even active for this game. He didn't even play in this game today.
I can't believe they like it's weird because I hate the Cowboys. I love watching them suffer and lose. But there's a part of me that's like let down. Like I'm let down that the game this week is not going to have the same intensity in my mind. Now, it bails me out for Christmas, so it's because if the Eagles lose, it's not going to ruin my Christmas because we only have to win one game to get to clinch everything. But, dude, I'm a little bit let down. Like, I was really like they were talking about like the highest ratings ever for a football game would be that Christmas Eve.
You think that loss affects it tremendous? You think it affects it tremendously?
Yeah, I think it takes it down 3-4 notches, dude. Now it's an important game. It's not any more, in my opinion. This game is not any more important than the Saints game or the Giants game. To me, it's just you got to win one of the next three, and everything's clinched. So yeah, but if let's say Dallas would have won, right, and then Dallas plays us. If Dallas beat us, they're only one game behind us, and they have the tiebreaker. That puts pressure on us for the next two games.
Right.
And to me, that was interesting. But now, if Dallas beats us, there's still two games behind us. It just does not have the same feel to me. It doesn't, Like this was as playoff could be. I wanted to clinch. I wanted to win the division on their home field, and I kind of still do. But I don't know. It just doesn't have the same feel. They could beat us, and there will be celebrating, blah, blah, blah. The Eagles are going to go right out next week. The week after, play the Saints, beat them, and then everything's over. It's like no harm, no foul. So to me, I don't know. And in some ways, if you're a person that believes it's very hard to beat a team 3 games in a row, you're not even going to be that upset that they lost that game because you might see them again in the playoffs. So
right.
I just think it lost a lot of luster with that loss. I do.
I agree.
Ray Branson, thank you for the super chat. He says, good win. Absolutely good win. Dallas signing Isaac Bruce. I love it. Hey, Ray Branson, man, thank you for the super chat, man. Mike Quick had 69 catches for 1,409 yards in a season. What's your ballpark for 1,000 seasons total receiving stats? What's your ballpark for 1K season total stat receiving yards stats? What do you mean?
For like what we have with the receivers we have now, or like what do you think they're going to have by the end of the year? Well,
I think AJ Brown will beat if the receiving record's 1,409. I don't know what it is. He's going to beat that. If you're talking about eras, I think in this era they throw a lot more. So I think in some ways, I think it's harder to get those kind of catches, those kind of yards.
He said for AJ. He said for AJ only.
Oh, so what? I think AJ is going to get 1,500 yards at least. He's got 1,200 yards now with 3 games left to play. I think about 1,500. I think he beats 1,409, but he's also got more. He's got to have more catches and he's got to have some. He's got to have around 70 catches, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Devontae has 71 catches, I think. So, yeah, I don't know, but he's going to break the record if that's the record. Rams house, great win. I do feel bad for Fields. They are ruining his crazy, so athletic. He's tremendous talent. Even his arm, he's got a cannon too. Did you? A couple of those throws.
Yeah, pretty far.
Like 50 yards. I just think they need time. Just got to give them time, and they'll be all right. 500. Dak is the only quarterback from 2016 draft that's still an original team. That's pretty interesting. But not for long. Still a couple more pick sixes. We'll see. Diggs thinks Hurts is the MVP. Is that Diggs trying to soften him up because he realized what's about to happen? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hurts is the MVP, I think. And I don't think today changed that, in my opinion. Bang, bang, Bird Gang says Dallas signed Clifford Franklin from the replacements. There you go. 500 Dallas is so bad they felt off a boat, they would miss the water. I like that. We won't, but the Eagles should tank Dallas game and the rest of anyone banged up. Whoop, Saints in half, 3/4 rest, half the Giants. I would probably do a half of the Saints game and then a quarter of the Giants game. I think that would be good enough, in my opinion. You know.
Yeah.
Sydney family, thank you for super chat. He goes, I think the D-line has improved since the Colts game, to be honest. Yeah, I think the defense, to me, turned a corner in that Tennessee game. Like, they got better against the run, but they also stayed more aggressive. Like, they didn't back off when they had the lead. They kept attacking. And I think pass rush wise, they just seem a lot better. You know,
when did they get Sue and Linval? What game was that? Was it
the Colts game?
The Colts game. Okay.
Yeah.
It definitely improved that game. It improved, but
yeah, exactly. They were showing respect to Hurts, calling him the system. Good. Well, I'm okay if they respecting him, but if they're taking shots at him, I don't like it.
Yeah.
If we have to play Dallas in the playoffs, then I don't want to win Christmas Eve. The chances, listen, Dallas is the 5th seed. They're going to play the 4th seed. The 4th seed sticks. 4th seed's not even a 500 team. So Dallas is probably going to win that game. Now, if Minnesota wins and San Francisco wins, the Eagles are playing Dallas. There's a really highly likelihood the Eagles and Dallas will meet again. It looks like it's going to happen unless Dallas completely chokes to like Tampa, which could happen. It could happen. Nathaniel, thank you for super chat. He goes, don't like Hurts taking those hits. Yeah,
I don't either.
That is my two big issues with today are I didn't like the game plan. I didn't think it fit, and I didn't like the amount of hits and running Hurts did. I thought it was too much, and you didn't rely on your running backs enough. You know, you can't tell me that. You know, you have Miles Sanders, 1,000-yard rusher, but all of a sudden you don't think he's the type of back that could play in this kind of weather, so you don't play it. You can't think like that. You know, you can't do it.
You'd rather hold on to the ball than throw the ball in midair when the wind could take it any direction. I don't see why they would think that. I don't know why they would think that way.
Yeah, exactly. Ram House is 500. Where can I send you? Here, I'm gonna put my PO box here in the chat for you. And then you can do with that what you will. I would love to have cigars. I love cigars. Okay. Oh, I think I spelled it wrong. So get this. I want to change the subject right quick here. I have a issue. I have a little bit of a problem. Nick Kirk, thank you for super chat. Goes, Dallas could fall to 6 though. Philly, Tennessee was left. Yeah, that's true. If they fell to 6, they would have to play the Vikings. No, they'd have to play the Niners. That's checkmate. They got no shot against the Niners. Let's hope that they fall. I don't know if it's possible. But so Pizzle, I got the belt today, right? One of the things he sent me was a cigar. Okay, he sent me this cigar. Now, I was like, that's so generous of him. Very nice of him. Going to send me a cigar. That's cool. And so I did a little Pizzle. I did a raid on his channel during the Sunday night game. And he said, he made the comment. This is what he said. He said, Philly, I hope you enjoy the cigar. It's a little bit taste of me.
Oh, no.
What the hell?
Fuck? He did something.
Does that mean? And I'm looking at this thing here, and I'm going, all right, it's sealed. It's definitely sealed. I don't think it's ever broken. But what did he do to this thing? Did he do something nasty? Like really? Did he put it somewhere that it don't belong?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I don't want to taste it. I don't want to taste the Pizzle. It's kind of disgusting. So I don't know if I'm going to smoke that cigar or not. I might smoke it just to get it over with. But if it's funky or I start having like these big
warts on your face.
My face. Now I don't know what he did. Yeah, it might be Ryzen. Right? Yeah, he made Ryzen. Yeah, him and Walter White. Big Red. I don't know what he did, but I'm worried about it. I tell you that. Send a cigar to Mark Holmes. I don't know Mark smokes cigars.
Pizzle nizzled it.
But Pizzle's like, I hope you enjoy it. Taste of me. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Wait, what? Now I'm a little worried, you know. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Jeremiah says, smoking on Dallas Cowgirl Pal. I have cigar ready for Dallas next week. Don't worry. I'll even have my thumbnail done by Wednesday for if I do a cigar video. You know, it's crazy, but I don't know, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I mean, I think we kind of covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, let me ask you this: Do you even from this game, do you kind of worry going forward, or no? Offensively, do you have any worries offensively that you think more it was they stuck with a game plan today, which resulted in just bad weather and kind of didn't really adjust to what they should have done? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it because I just think that it was bad weather. It was cold. They're not going to play. They're going to play in the cold, but it's not going to be like that windy all the time and stuff like that. Now I hope that once it's the playoffs and stuff, they really rely on the run, because I do think outside when it's cold like that, I do think you need to run more. So, I just didn't like it, but I'm not overly concerned. It was only one. To me, it was one game.
Yeah, I get it.
That's how I feel. So, but I mean, we'll see. What do you think? Are you worried about it?
No, I'm not, because with the conditions and just I know they're going to fix it, and we've seen this team play at a high level. I'm really not worried about it. I was pissed off during the stream a little bit. It took me really till after the half where I was getting a little pissed off, and I was like, all right, they need to start doing the right thing, run with Miles Sanders or do something, because it was way too much. Like they were trying to take the deep shot. They were trying to pick on these corners way too much. They were trying to get a quick score in. Like it just didn't work. So I'm glad that Hurts really put the team on his back, and still got over 300 yards passing, and still had a good game. I mean, still had, from what was given in the situation, he still played. He fought. He was tough.
He was tough.
So,
he did what he had to do. I can't take anything from him. I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah.
Somebody said it was my bedtime. No, dude, my bedtime's like 3 a.m, and then I'll be up by 5.
Same.
Fuck you, David Super Chat goes. Nate Boomer said Mahomes overtook Jalen Hurts for MVP today because Jalen threw 2 picks. Mahomes struggled against the Texans and lost to Matt Ryan. So I mean, it's like this guy has to be perfect, but everybody else can have down games. I think that Nate Boomer, whoever the hell that is, I don't even know who that is. I think that he already didn't want Jalen Hurts to win the MVP. That's what I think.
I don't
That's
get
what
it.
I think.
Like, I'm telling you, like, those 2 picks are going to be like not the other good reasons why he won that game. Those 2 picks are going to be that's all they're going to talk about, the 2 picks.
Right.
That's all it's going to be.
Yeah. They're just hating. I ain't worried about it. Just go take care of business. Get the home field, win a Super Bowl, win that Super Bowl MVP, and shut these people up.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Just do
All
it.
right. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think we should end this thing now. It's late. It's probably past a lot of other people's bedtime. I still got to go smoke a cigar. I don't know if I'm going to smoke that cigar, but I got a cigar. I got a lot of work to do, so I'm going to be up for a while. And then I got to, of course, when it's over, I got to veg out on Tulsa Kings and watch it. Did you watch the new episode?
No, I haven't yet. I got to watch it tomorrow.
So, I'm going to watch it tonight. So that's like my treat for the end of the football day. That's how I decompress. Tulsa King, So that's what I'm going to do. But awesome, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here. All new subscribers, all super chats, everybody. If you haven't and you're my channel, click the link in description. Go sub up my man Joey Shakes. With that, we are going to let
Hold on.
Mark home. Oh yeah.
1 second. We didn't update everybody on the Christmas week schedule for the Shakedown.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I forgot what days you picked.
Thursday, we're going to do pregame Thursday night.
Okay.
Right, 9 Eastern. So
right.
Pregame Thursday night. I told people in my chat tonight I won't be streaming any other games this week. So we'll be doing a pregame Thursday, and then we're going to do the postgame Tuesday of the following week.
Right.
And then we'll be back on schedule. So it'll be like an extra video next week because we're gonna take Christmas off. I might probably gonna take that Monday off too. So
yeah, we should.
So yeah,
Definitely.
so we'll be doing Thursday this week, and then Tuesday post game, and then I guess back to the regular schedule after that. Well, we might do we're gonna do Friday too, because Saturday's New Year's Eve.
So Thursday, Tuesday, Friday.
Thursday, Tuesday, Friday. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we are going to let you go. Let's let Mark Holmes and all them choke artists take us out because it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Peace.
Peace, guys.
7 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. Ball on the 47, 3rd and 4. CD in motion. Dak is back. Little pressure. Interception.
Oh, can I get a big pick six? That's good. What the fuck?
Wow, we lost.
Oh my God.
So we're not going to the playoffs then? Was that what that means?
Yeah, we just didn't clinch this week. Yeah.
Oh, we just didn't clinch this week. Oh, okay.
God dang it, Kellen Moore!
Hey, bro.
Kellen Moore!
Hey.
Dak.
Can I get a big pick six?
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown.
Noah Brown. He's not good enough. I did think he was going to get a catch there.
But he did score 2 touchdowns.
He's just not good enough, bro. Like
I got to see that play again.
Which I don't understand
Pick
why.
six.
Which I don't understand why.
he dropped the fucking ball.
He dropped the ball.
Y'all, bro.
Noah Brown dropped it.
He dropped the ball.
Why?